The fiscal cliff is a catchphrase that refers to the economic fallout that is likely to result from the expiration of Bush-era tax and spending cuts at the end of this year. Joining me to talk about the impact here in San Diego and what's being done on Capitol Hill to avoid the cliff is Congresswoman Susan Davis, representing San Diego's 53rd District, and Erik Bruvold, president of National University System Institute for Policy Research. Thank you both for joining me.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
Congressman Davis, what programs are at risk from this fiscal cliff?
I think everything is really on the table. I mean, that's one of the basics of what we're trying to talk about here, that we do have some spending cuts that we have to look at. We also have some revenue increases. We're never going to get to where we want to go if we don't do both. So
specifically,
you can basically say everything is there.
Okay, Medicare, taxes on the wealthy, job, payroll taxes, those sorts of things.
That's right. That's right. That's the big picture. And I think there's an opportunity in many ways to do something that really celebrates our middle class and makes certain that they are not vulnerable at this period. At the same time, we want to be careful and ensure that we can sustain fiscal growth into the future, and that's going to be very important to do.
Okay, and Erik, you did some reports and some statistics. You ran some numbers. Tell us about, if we went over this fiscal cliff, how much money are we talking in San Diego, and how many jobs?
So if we go over the cliff and it lasts for the entire year, we're looking at somewhere between a 4.3 to 5.9 billion with a B, impact here on San Diego County. And to put that in jobs, that's about a $40,000 loss in employment here in the region, about what we've made up since the bottom of the recession. So it's a significantly, it would be a significant economic impact, and why it's so important for us to get a framework deal put in place in Washington over the next 2 weeks.
I want to, before we go too much further, let viewers know that we did invite all three Republican representatives here from San Diego, but none of them were able to join us today. So going from there, Susan, how are negotiations going in Washington right now? Are people considering all their options?
The basic people right now who are negotiating are actually the President, President Obama, and Speaker Boehner. It looks like they are probably going to make some of those initial decisions. It's a balance that we're looking at. We're hopeful that that's what they might decide on in the next 2 weeks. And then I think part of this negotiation is really a framework that we go forward with. There are so many moving parts here, and it's going to be impossible to get them all. But I think what people want to know is that the Congress can work together, and they can make certain that we protect the middle class and move forward and make sure that we can sustain growth in the future. And to do that, I think we're going to have to agree that there are enough money in the pot so we don't have to go to sequestration. We don't have to have cuts across the board, both in defense and discretionary and domestic spending. And at the same time, that we have a real plan for moving forward.
Well, part of that plan Obama has said is this proposal to tax the wealthiest 2% in the U.S. Is that something you would agree with?
I think that that's one thing that we have to do, but how that's done has really not been decided yet. There are tax rates and there are also deductions, and our colleagues are talking about deductions that the wealthiest people would no longer be able to make. I suspect that there may be some combination in here.
Let me ask Erik about that. What would that look like? Would the wealthiest 2% in San Diego, having their tax increase, what does that mean in numbers-wise to San Diegans?
Well, we took a look at what it would mean to increase those taxes on families that make over $175,000. That's sort of the number that we get from the IRS, and so that's the breakdown. And that would translate somewhere to be around an 8,000 to 9,000 job impact as we take that money out of the economy. Now, it's a much bigger impact if those tax increases fall on a broader segment of the economy, a broader segment of San Diegans. But again, I mean, there would be some consequence to it. We do need to get our fiscal house in order, though, in the United States. So I think that there's going to be some combination of revenue increases and spending cuts moving forward.
This has to be my last question, unfortunately. But Congresswoman Davis, what is it like? Do you think a deal is going to be done by the deadline?
The deadline is essentially in 2 weeks, and I am very hopeful that they can come forth with this framework. So we don't deal with sequestration. We know that there are going to be a combination of cuts. There are many other issues that have to be dealt with. I'm hopeful that we can do that.
All right, there's a whole lot more information on our website, kpbs.org. Thank you both so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.